Happy Wednesday. Welcome into another Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 live stream. Welcome to Huntsville, Alabama? I think Alabama. We're on a flight, or we're going to be on a flight from Huntsville to Detroit, Michigan. And it's the coolest thing. I've raved about this from the very beginning of any career mode. So the first career mode I used with Flight Sim was NewSky, or what's it called? NewSky, right? NeoFly, yeah, NeoFly. And the coolest thing is that you go to airports you've never been to. Sometimes. And Huntsville is an airport I never would have thought about ever flying into, or looking for a freeware or paidware or anything like that. And here we are here in Huntsville. Freeware from FlightSim.to, a very nice freeware, by the way. It's incredible, some of the high-quality freewares we get. So this here is a freeware on FlightSim.to. The Detroit we're going into, which I do have the in-built version, but I'm using the freeware version because I like the freeware version better. Wild times indeed. Chicken, welcome in. The King has arrived. Welcoming King Bob. King Bob finally found out that I am on the dark side of things, if you understand what that means. Because I do. P2, welcome on in. And Insert Random, welcome on in as well. Yes, I'm tired. I'm tired too. Thankfully, I got up on time for the stream. I got up, I rolled out of bed about a half hour ago to get things going. I had a toothache last night, so I was kind of up a little bit, trying to take some pills to chillax the pain. Chillax the pain away. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into the cockpit of the 738. The 738. And we'll be showing off the WinWing Orton. I kept saying Orton. Jesus, I'm an idiot. I just, you know, the biggest idiot out there. There are plenty of idiots out in the world, but I think I'm the biggest because I caught myself many times saying the wrong terminology or the wrong word, and I just continued to say it like I have Alzheimer's. Maybe I do have Alzheimer's. All right, so let's go and get Beyondatc rolling as well. So we'll get clearance, and let's see here. ATIS is saying 36 right, 36 left, which is perfect because that's what we're expecting. 36 left. Get that. All right, swing over here to left-hand side and get the electronic flight flag going. And then, what else we gotta do? Next, we gotta get the battery going. Cool. You know what was really cool is yesterday... Not yesterday, I guess the day before, I did a flight in the CRJ, and I did one, I did 2 flights of it yesterday morning before my doctor's appointment. And what am I doing here? All right, I was like, I'm missing a step somewhere. Anywho, it went extremely well with the CRJ once I went back to the other version, the marketplace version, which is weird. But anyways, I hopped into that plane and had no issues in terms of like remembering how to start the plane up and all that jazz. It just came straight from memory, which is really cool. Uh-oh. How come this isn't showing up? Is this bugged out? Oh, I didn't hit the button. I thought I hit the button. It's been a while also since I've been in the CRJ, but it's cool that, you know, those kind of things kind of popping or sticking and popping in with it in your head. Did I click the button? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm so tired, I think, still. Alright, I did click the button. Jesus. Alright. Huntsville clearance. Delta 5021, ready for IFR clearance to Detroit. Orion. Orion? Orion. Orion.
Delta 5021.
Orion?
Clearance. Clear to Detroit Metro.
I feel like that's a trap. I feel like that's a trap.
Maintain 5,000 feet.
All right, 36 left is what I'm expecting. Let's pop that in here. And let's go here to performance. 36 left. If this was a shorter hop, I would have taken the CRJ. It's technically a CRJ flight in iFly.
Radar vectors Nashville, then as filed.
So we got lots to talk about with iFly today too. Lots of really cool updates this weekend that happened.
Departure
developer is
frequency
very,
125.6.
very cool. The amount of
5723.
how
Delta
quickly he is able to
5021.
listen to people and incorporate certain things. But he's also not going to just do anything.
Delta
It has to make
5021.
sense. You have to come in there and be like, yo,
Correct.
you know, this is what I'm
Contact
thinking,
ground 121.9
and this is why.
pushback or engine start.
And I like that. You know,
Ground
I'll talk about here in the
121.9
air.
when ready. Delta 5021.
We got some time to talk. So 44 on the temperature. And we're going to do flaps 5, CG. Departure, runway 36 left is in there. Arrival is 22 right. This could change though. It's a little bit, about an hour and a half or so flight. And Hannibal transition, or sorry, star transition is going to be wood. Perfect, got that. All right, bring this over to ground operations up here to the top. Let's get APU. Swing this gun up and then get our altitude here to 38. 38's in the box. Good, grand, beautiful. Bring this guy on over here. Release this dude. Let's start the tracker, and then I gotta make sure, I'm gonna remember for a change to actually set this flight up in NewSky. So KHSV, Huntsville, and we're going to KDTW, Detroit. And 738. Book it. Start it. Oh, we're not making a lot of money on this flight. All right, that's started up, ready to go. Cool. Remove the chocks. That's going to clear out the door. Huntsville ground, Delta 5021, ready for pushback and engine start. Random says near the top of Denmark, going to
Delta
near the top of
5021,
Sweden. Ah,
Huntsville ground,
Jesus.
Pushback approved. Face south.
Facing the south, roger that.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
All right, let's go and get the,
5021.
we'll call it the rudder cam on. My fancy little feet. Facing the south, which it'd be this direction. Like this. All right. Request pushback. Pushback is commencing up to the top. Let's go ahead and get that, or get one of the engines rolling, I should say. Clock's clocking. Good. Altituding. All right, good. And speed, good. Fuel. No destination path after. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then we're gonna go into let's see, that guy. Trim is 521. To the top we go. Gen 2 engine number uno. Engine number 1, good. Flaps.
Sky, West 4640, a deep 4
Okay.
request pushback.
Flaps are coming down. Antera.
Skywest
Fuel.
4640. Huntsville ground.
Good go.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
All right.
Pushback
Got it.
approved, face south. Sky,
We have no
4640.
SID here, so let's go ahead and go runway heading for departure. There we go. And waiting for the click to happen. There's the click. To the top we go. And let's go gens 1. Both here. Continuous. Good. APU is off. And isolation valve is auto. Huntsville ground, Delta 5021, ready to taxi to the active. All right. Let's taxi on out.
Delta 5021. Runway 36 left taxi via Kilo. Whiskey 8.
Kilo Whiskey.
Runway 36
Whiskey
left taxi
8.
via Kilo, Whiskey 8, Delta 5021.
All right. Roger that. How do we get there? Kilo. Straight ahead. Mike, welcome in. Yeah, I think I think it was King Bob, and it was King Bob and J. Russ, I think.
Sky with 4640. Taxi
That said
departure.
rudders before a tiller. And I 100% understand your thought process on
Runway
that.
36 right taxi via Juliet. Echo 9er.
The dampening alone
36 right taxi via Juliet.
with
Echo,
these
Echo
pedals
Sky with 4640.
is a winner. Now there you can dampen, quote unquote, a little bit more with the Turtlebeach one. Like on the back there is a little screw you can screw. I think all it does is tighten an actual spring, you know, so it makes it tighter with, I don't know, I'm not sure the mechanics of it. But there's the thing on the back that says dampening or something like that. So you can dampen it just a little bit more, but it's still nothing. It's not going to be nothing like this. This is, you know, a whole different beast when it comes to that. Now my landing on the, so if you saw the video yesterday, the landing went extremely well. Like I was able to maintain center line. Now there was a slight crosswind for that landing, but nothing crazy yet. The ultimate test is going to be in a plane like the EJET. The EJET's always been really squirrely on the ground and on arrival, you know, landing and takeoff, of course. So that's going to be a good test to do with these pedals, which I'll do probably tonight after work. Kind of see how that goes. And then, of course, I need to do some GA stuff. Just waiting for SWS to get that Kodiak update out, and I'll fly that a bit more. Use the use the rudders more than the tiller. The tiller is just gravy to our pilots, or sorry, to get our I'm the pilot fantasy on. Ah, I see. Makes sense. It feels good to it feels good. Bring on vacation. Ooh, you're on vacation, Mike? Where are you going, Mike? Doing anything fun? Staying home? Is this a staycation? So I was going to visit my mom, which would have been next Friday through Monday. I was gonna go visit my mom, but I decided not to do it because I'm gonna try to go maybe in May. I might try to go in May. I've just, you know, like, the weather's always in the back of my head going to visit my mother, and she's north of me about 1,000 miles, and the weather can be substantially different. Right now it looks really fine, and I was hoping to see her on her birthday. I think that'd make her really happy, and it might change the plans still. I might still take the drive, but if I don't go, I'm either way taking the days off from work. So we have plenty of streaming ahead of us coming that Friday through Monday. Plenty of streaming. Hopefully we'll get an MD-11 update by then. Hopefully we'll have a Sim Update 5 beta that's stable enough to fly in and stream. And then in theory we should have a 737-700 available as well, maybe around that time. They did say February, or they say end of February or something like that. I can't remember the exact terminology they used, but somewhere around that point. So we might have that as well. Now I wonder, so Misty Apex was having issues with the 900 with WASM crashes. I wonder if that's just a fluke or what. Oh, I forgot to turn on the... Oh, crap. Getting dinged with that, I think. And I think, NewSky tracks the lights, right? Getting dinged on the taxi lights. See, I don't use APL for a couple days, and... you know, I'm already losing the skill set. That's all it takes. The 900 has been stable for me. Okay, so maybe he just had a fluke of it. Oh, a foot cam, nice. There's RJ. Haven't had one in a while. Okay, so it was just an issue, just a temporary issue. Stephen, welcome in. Just a temporary issue, I gotcha, okay.
Delta 5021, contact Huntsville Tower 127.6.
I like the way my feet rest on here, but I need to, I'm going to lower them down. So I'm going to lower them, I don't know if it's hard to say on the screen, but I'm trying to lower the pedals just a little bit. Just a tad bit. Huntsville Tower, Delta 5021, ready to go, runway 36 left. Jesus, folks. So that video I did yesterday, in taxiing in Atlanta.
Delta 5021, Huntsville Tower, wind 345 at 9er, fly runway heading,
I was
runway 36 left.
taxiing to the completely wrong runway. Because I flew into Atlanta the other day.
Cleared for takeoff.
Well, flew out of
5021.
Atlanta, so I thought it was the same runway for some reason. That's all that was in my head.
Sky was 4640,
Botched that one
ready to go,
terribly.
runway 36 right.
All right, here we are, lined up. Look, see, it's so... If you've seen my streams before, like, I can't make that super nice smooth turn like I just did there with those Turtlebeach, which are good pedals. I will always recommend them as very good pedals, but if you want to spend an extra $100 or so, you can get something that's much more superior. Choga, let's go fly. It's a slight crosswind on this departure, nothing crazy. A little bit of rain too, but I'm not going to turn on the wipers for little sprinkles. Little sprinkles.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Like, I feel like I can maintain center line better on departure than I could in the past. It's, I don't know, it's wild. It's one of those things that's so difficult to explain without you feeling, you know, the pedals themselves. It's just like force feedback with the Moza yoke. It's one of those very weird things to find a way to explain.
Delta 5021, contact Huntsville departure.
Alright, flaps are coming up slowly. RTO is turned off.
Huntsville, Delta 5021, 1,900 feet.
Delta 5021, Huntsville departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Now, do we have any wind in
Climb
our
and
favor on
maintain
this flight?
Level 190,
Like a tailwind?
Delta 5021.
So far it's a crosswind. We'll see once we get up there. I didn't check the full weather report, as I never do.
2,100 feet. SkyWest 4640.
Alright, building some of that speed up.
Good morning, radar contact. Climb maintain 15,000, altimeter 3010. Climb maintain 15,000, altimeter 3010, SkyWest 4640.
Bring up the nose, bring up the nose.
20, descend and maintain 5,300 feet.
Bring up the nose.
5,300
Going too
feet,
fast.
Moxie 120.
Take it easy there, plane. Take it easy. Jeez, this is bouncy up here, man. Holy smokes. It's a 19-knot crosswind. Jeez, this is bouncy.
Fly, present heading, 2,400 feet until established. Cleared eye Ellis, runway 36 left, Moxie 120.
This is one of those departures in real life, like,
Clear direct MSL. Resume
I
on
feel like
navigation.
they wouldn't let the flight attendants get out of their seats very
Roger,
quickly.
head direct MSL, then resume on navigation. SkyWest 4640, thanks.
Alright, there we are. Busting out of the clouds, folks. Busting. Not that kind of busting. I got a story to tell you. Oh boy. It's hilarious. Alright, autopilot's off. Rudder pedal cams off. Or cam off. Okay, let's see. What do we got in chat here? Let's see. Taking, welcome on in. Happy Thursday to you. Or sorry, Wednesday to you. I told you these would be a nice upgrade over the TBs. Yeah, you're right. You were right, King Bob. I got the TBs up on eBay. I'm starting them off at $200. eBay was saying do $175, but I put them up to $200 because I've taken damn good care of those pedals. They're working extremely well, and they're retailed right now for like $350. So I'm like, you know, even with shipping, you're saving $100 on pedals that are in incredible shape. So I'm gonna get a little greedy on this one. I was very nice on the Alpha. The Alpha I did 175 on, which I think is still on the higher mark, but eBay said 175 either way. Steven says, I got iFly schedules, excited to try. Ooh, did you really? I like it a lot. How heavy are you right now? How heavy are you right now? What's that supposed to mean? Like for cargo? Passengers? Our weight? Or me realistically? You asking how fat I am? I could be very fat. Here's our weight in the plane, if that's what you're asking. 10,000 feet. Landing lights, taxi lights are off. Who ya flying for, Steven? Chicken, welcome in. Steven says doesn't know yet. I have options of Frontier, Indigo, and Valeris. Leaning towards Frontier, to be honest. Ooh, interesting. So, let's talk a little bit about iFly Tracker. Because, as I said, the developer's been very cool, adding in all kinds of stuff. This weekend was rather crazy. I should say Sunday, to be fair. So, if you remember, a long, long time ago, I was with Sun Country. That was the first airline I chose with iFly Tracker. The career mode was the Sun Country, right? And I had done about 22 flights or so with them. And I was starting to get bored of it because you know me, I like my shorter hops, and they were mostly, you know, hour and a half, kind of like this flight here. This is 482 nautical miles. That's what most of the flights I had with Sun Country. You know, they're the low budget airlines. They don't have as many stops. One thing I was hoping for is that we would see the likes of, well, what I thought was going to happen was the regional airlines. You know, CRJs and EJETs and that kind of jazz, right? Well, the developer listened to a couple people in Discord, and he made, so what they do on iFly, what he does on iFly Tracker, is he combines all the regional airlines within their main airline. So SkyWest flies for all the major airlines, but all their routes are going to be in those airlines. So Delta, United, American, etc. Right? Endeavor, same way. So like that's how it's all going to work out.
Roger. Heading direct to Nashville, then resume
Nashville.
navigation Delta 5021.
So,
thanks.
He went ahead and he found a way to, in the back-end code, he found a way to make it so that only the regional flights would show based upon like the aircraft itself. So, for example, regionals now have unlocked the CRJ, and I think the EJETs depend on the airline. So you'll see when you start your career, regional, the name regional, and so then you'll get your short little hops, and like I like my short hops, but Jesus, man, I got my first schedule was like the flight. It took longer to start up the plane, and this is serious. We joke about it here on the stream an awful lot, but this is 100% serious. It took longer for me to start up the plane and taxi than I actually was flying to get to the destination on my 4-leg hop. I did 2 of the legs within an hour. If that tells you anything. That was before my doctor's appointment yesterday. Hilarious. But, so, I first got offered Delta. And I was like, I don't know if I want to fly out of Delta. I want to fly for like American or United. So then I went ahead and I reset again, hoping to get American, and of course, bam, American popped up. So I got American. But I noticed that American doesn't fly a lot of flights out of the hub of DFW in terms of like regional CRJ flights. That's a problem. At least for the shorter hops, right? So I went ahead and I reset again, hoping I'd get Delta. So I reset it. Delta wasn't available. Waited. You gotta wait 12 hours for the cycle for it to cycle new airlines. I waited again. No Delta. I was like, crap, I think I made a mistake. Eventually I got Delta. And here we are back with Delta Airlines, which, you know, it's an affiliate of Delta, of course, but... So let's go bring up iFly Tracker. And so here's... Okay, it's Wednesday. I haven't touched APL. The only thing I've done with APL this week was I jumped in there, collected my money, and then I reset my contract to no what's it called, no risk or whatever it is. So if I don't do enough flights, it doesn't matter, I don't get dinged or anything. As long as you do a flight within 30 days, I'll keep with the airline. Okay. Let's see. Let me read the chat. I also started iFly. So far, I like it. Gonna kick the tires on it for a month. Okay, yeah. And Chicken loves the iFly as well. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. You know, does it offer more than, here we are right now. Does it, oh, here, look at the developer's in as well. He's flying with Frontier. Oh, he's doing a long flight. Does it offer more than other career modes? Am I the only one with Delta? Got American. I wonder if he doesn't have United. I have not seen United on the board. Does it offer more than, like, you know, other career modes? No, at this stage, not really. At this stage, not really. But I like the direction it's going, and I think that's where the biggest excitement factor is of the software. I think the direction and the developers' interest in listening to the community and making those adjustments is what drives this product. This is something that you can jump into, and he is willing to make the adjustments on the fly. I think it's fantastic. So we go into the dashboard here, into the career. So here's my current active career. It's a tier 4 airline. I gotta be with them for 21 days. I've done almost 3 hours of flights. I get paid $70 per hour. So unlike with Sun Country, I was making about 150. You can see regionals pay less. And he got this information, you know, by searching the web and all that to see what regional airlines pilots make, which is cool. So I currently have banked $187, which isn't a lot. Irishman, welcome in. And see my landing rates and all that jazz, right? So if we scroll on down, you can see here's my schedules. Here's my current legs for the arrival, or for the flight I'm schedule I currently have. And look at that, number 1. Woo-hoo. And so here's a flight. If I take this assignment, this is a Atlanta. Oh wow. This is the same flight we're doing now. It pays 1.5 more. I don't think I'll do it, but I could. So here are, and this is what I like that he added here, is that you could see if you want to reset your contract, here you can see what airlines are currently in the scope of rotating, I think, right? Yeah, I think this is how it is. And then if you want to leave your base, you can, but you have to wait until you have 5,000, and then you can hit the button. Now, I like his approach as well because the big thing is he's saying it's not supposed to be an easy career mode, right? It's not something you can do in the course of a month. This is something that's going to take time, just like in real life. It's going to take time to get there. I can see where the, you know, I talked about this on the stream on Sunday. I can see where this could be an issue for some people if you don't have the time to fly a lot. You're kind of stuck with the same airline for quite a while, right? But I like this tactic with it. What would be cool, and this maybe I can make a suggestion. I don't know if he can even tie it into this. But what would be kind of neat. So his argument of like reducing some of the money and all that jazz requirements is that it makes you kind of keep flying, you know, right? And then if you get bored of doing, you know, the routes that are available, you can always do free flights. Well, what if you were to get, let's say, half of what you make? So right now I make the 70 per hour. What if you get half of it when you do a free flight? If it can count towards your career, it'd be kind of cool, right? Like with APL, you don't get money because you pay money for the ticket, but you do get XP. So those free flights do count for something. Maybe that's a suggestion I can make. I don't know if we can even incorporate this because it's two different. It might be two different systems. I don't know if the back end of it, how the back end works at all. But I like that there is now the regional airlines. And then, okay, so we talked about the sick time too. So if you want to skip a flight, you can click on sick, and that skips the flight. You have 3 per month. I've apparently already used one. Oh wow, that was in my old career. Yeah, that was in my old career, I think. Huh. Fascinating. So yeah, so the schedule I have now, we got Huntsville to Detroit, then Detroit to O'Hare, then O'Hare to Minneapolis. So I kind of like this. I did a 4 legs continuous flight on this one. I feel like the mixed one still has some opportunity. APL's mixed one is really good because it honestly will mix it all up. This one doesn't seem to mix it all that well. It could be because I have really tight requirements on it, and it's only pulling the CRJ flights. I think once I get the EJETs, it's going to open up the doors to a lot more flights. Very similar to APL in that regard. But I need $14,000 to get there, which is a lot of money. A lot of money. But as of right now, you don't have to fly just the plane that is assigned for the route. So I can fly any plane. I'm hoping he keeps it like that because with a tracker at least, because I'd rather not have to fly the CRJ all the time. There's 43 routes available with the CRJ from Atlanta. I think, is that from Atlanta? So there's not a lot of flights here, so we'll see how long I can not be bored. Because it's going to take an awful lot to get up to, 5,000 to swap spaces and or all that, whatever. If I ever see United pop up on here, I'll probably end up restarting the career again and going to United. Because if I can get like a United based in O'Hare, I'd be good to go. The amount of short hauls that are all around O'Hare is substantial. Substantial. So many short hauls with like the CRJ especially. So I'd be in heaven if I got that. If I got that as a hub with United, that'd be the perfect little place for me to be. So we'll see what happens. So far, I've not seen United pop up on here, so I don't know if that's even an option yet. But it should be, because United, with SkyWest and whatnot, does a lot of regionals, especially out of O'Hare. So if anyone ever sees United on here, ping me in Discord. I will probably jump the gun immediately. Jump the gun immediately and head on over to United Airlines. But for now, I'm happy with Delta. But I like the approach the developer's taking with the software. He truly feels like he just wants to enjoy it. He has fun too. You can see him in his Discord, just craving the fun he's having with his own software. Can I do NewSky free flights while doing iFly? Yes, you can. Yep, absolutely. Like same route and such. Yeah, you could do free flights with iFly tracker and still do the free flights. Yeah, with NewSky. Yep, of course. Yeah, King Bob, yeah, King said he did it yesterday. Yeah, so you can absolutely do the free flights. I'm going to actually do it right now. I'm going to suggest in his Discord about the free flight stuff. To see if that's even something he can add. Again, I don't know if it's a limitation or not, though, of the way he has the software set up. Let's see, iFly and suggestion. Okay. I don't know if it would even be possible, but let's see. When doing free flights, you get paid half of what you would with your career airline. This way, it still, in a way, helps build your career. Similar to APL with free flights and getting XP. Alright. The suggestion has been made. The suggestion has been made. P2 says, I need a real spicy Indian food. Oh, sorry, I had real Indian spicy food last night. Needless to say, how my morning is going at the moment. Okay, so I was at the doctor yesterday, just a primary, you know, visit, nothing serious, nothing like that, and so I switched doctors because my wife wants to stay at the same doctor, so, and she didn't like my primary doctor, so we found a doctor. We went to her yesterday, first time visit, right, with her, and so she says, you know, the normal questions for the you know, an annual physical, and it was, you know, it was, are you sexually active? I said yes. Then she says, with males? No, she said males, and then she pauses. There was this awkward pause where I was like, am I supposed to answer that question, or is there more to come? So it was like this 5 to 8 second pause, and maybe I'm just over exaggerating what it actually was, but it definitely felt that long. And and then she said, or females. I was like, well, females with my wife. And she's like, okay. It was very strange. I don't know if I gave off the vibe that maybe I'm gay. My wife's like, I don't think you do. I was like, I don't think I did either, because no one's ever asked me that before, you know, at least that direction. But maybe, like, what's in my chart? Okay, so then she's like, okay, so the start of the whole thing, my wife asked me this too, because she's like, is the doctor being judgmental? Okay, so I'm a petite dude either way, so I'm like, no, she's not. But she opens up with, you know, what do you eat for breakfast? So I'm like, oh, you know, eat this, and what do you eat for lunch? Eat this, and what do you eat for dinner? You know, eat that, whatever. And she's like, you know, I'm saying like burgers and pizza, the normal stuff, and, you know, whatever. And she's like, oh, okay, well, you know, do you eat, like, you know, other things? I was like, oh yeah, you know, I'll eat chicken and, you know, whatever. I don't just eat a pizza diet primarily, but I do eat other things. So my wife asked me, you know, so last night I got home, my wife's, she's like, what was the first question she asked you? And I was like, well, she asked what I was eating. She's like, okay, I just want to make sure she wasn't judging me. Like, she's not judging you. It's the first time she's met you. You're not fat or anything like that, you know? You don't give off any vibes of being overweight or can't hold your, you know, you eat too much, nothing like that. The whole thing was just hilarious. Oh man. It was, I liked The Office. It was crazy because got there, I signed in, and within like 5 minutes I was in the back already, and then the doctor came back, and then the nurse came in within like 4 minutes, and then the doctor came in within like 4 or 5 minutes after that. I was done with the whole thing within 25 minutes probably, from the time I got there to the time I left. It was pretty remarkable compared to like past visits I've done at some of the primary offices. Like, I'm there for, you know, 45 minutes to an hour. I had told my boss, I was like, I don't know if I told you, but I might be late today because I have an appointment. I had plenty of time. I got out of there, I went and got a car wash finally because I was tired of all the salt on my car. Couldn't see out my windows, my side windows. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. All right, flight level 380. And we're cruising. Cruising for a little bit here. So we have 346 nautical miles to go. ETA is about 52 minutes. Crazy cat. And currently planning to arrive on runway 22 right in Detroit. So I'm actually going to go ahead and start programming that for the arrival. I already have that in there, so I guess I just got to use my Navigraph. Navi 22 right. I don't think I ever get 22 right, so that's why I have a feeling it's going to be a runway change. 1195 on the count. What the hell is this cat doing? Yeah, crazy nut. She must be feeling pretty good. I want to get one of those cameras that you could put on your cat. She's like being extra excited today. Either that or she's trying to get my attention and she wants more food. Alright, 216 for the course, and minimums are 842. 842 in the box. The books. Oh, went past it, way past it. 842.
Delta 5021, contact Indianapolis Center 128.3.
Contact Indianapolis Center 128.3, Delta 5021.
Alright, there's 842 in the box. Good.
Indianapolis
So,
Center, Delta 5021, flight level 380.
What was I going to say? Okay, so for those who don't know, I work for FedEx, and it's a very, obviously FedEx is a very large organization. There are lots of things, and the way we do our OpCo stuff is different than, let's say, like UPS and whatnot, right? And okay, so with FedEx, there's the main corporation, okay, which everyone is under that umbrella nowadays, except for contractors. Or those are the ground drivers. So the guys driving in the box trucks that say ground, those are contractors, okay, not working for actual FedEx. And underneath FedEx is all the OpCos. So there's Federal Express Corporation, or sorry, FedEx Express Corporation. Those are the express side, so the pilots and people at the express stations, and then the drivers that are doing overnight deliveries, those people. And then there is the FedEx Ground Corporation. Those are people that work at the warehouse, package handlers and whatnot, right? Management and whatever. And then there is logistics, which handles international paperwork and stuff like that, right? And then you have supply chain, which is another organization that handles, they do contract work for like Motorola and Google and Apple and all that, putting phones in boxes and shipping them out, right? That kind of thing. And FedEx Freight, which is now its own company, so that's off to a whole different beast now. Now that's, if you look at the stock, there's FedEx Corporation, then there's FedEx Freight, two different businesses now. I follow under, I don't know who I think I initially follow under the FedEx Express Corporation. But anyway, so I had an interview on Monday for a position, and the position is FedEx Express Corporation position. However, because of all the merging they're doing behind the scenes, I'll potentially be doing work on the ground side of business. And it's really weird because I when we first moved to the Illinois area, Chicagoland, I worked for ground. I worked for FedEx Ground Corporation. And I left that job because it wasn't for me. That job just was not for me. It was a lot of talking to contractors, and it's so structured tightly because you're talking to contractors. They don't work for FedEx. So you have to be cautious on how you talk to them, because you can't be like, yo, I need to go pick up this package. you have to be, because you can't tell them what to do. You can't, they don't work for you. They don't work for your corporation. So you have to kind of tippy-toe around everything you say with these people, so no one gets all mad and leaves the group and all that. And you imagine if you were the cause for one of these contractors to leave the organization and, millions of dollars worth of packages can't get delivered. That could be an issue, a big issue, right? So, I came back to where I am now, and after going through this interview, I'm like, oh crap, I didn't know it was pretty much the same position I was doing before that I left. So now it's going to come down to finances. So the position has a crazy range of pay, and I'm sure it's just, our internal charts of this is the minimum, this is the max kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see what they offer me and pay if I were to get the position, because that's going to depend on if I were to even to take it or not. I didn't like what I did. I was very bored, and I'm very bored what I do now, but this would definitely make me even more bored probably. But if they're willing to pay me a substantial amount more to be bored, I might say yes in this case, and then just hop to something else when I have the opportunity. Let's see, Steven says, do I need to install anything for iFly Tracker? For the career mode, you need to have the tracker from Flight Sim. It tells you that when you activate your account. Yes. Yeah, it's on Flight Sim, Flight Sim.to, the iFly Tracker. And so, let me show you that real quick here. So here's the tracker. The one thing I really like him to add, there's two things. It's the METAR on the bottom here, the departure and the arrival. It should automatically switch after you leave, whatever, if you're 50 nautical miles away from the departure. It already has the information here, right? It knows it. Then it can switch to arrival METAR and then refresh every, hour or something. The other thing I would like is there to be a button somewhere, I don't know where, maybe right down here, that says career mode. Boom. Because you have to go over here to the gear and switch this over to career. So you can see it's on career right now. If I turn that off, it's going to go to free flight mode, and it'll pull my flights from that. I like that to be here, or have the button over here on the side where you just click on that button, you go to career mode, click it back, and it goes back to free flights, that kind of thing. But yeah, this is the tracker. This is the tracker. This is only good for you if you have only good for you if you have the subscription. If you don't have the subscription, that's going to be jack all. It does nothing because you have to have it. And the tracker is just an executable file, nothing to install. Yep, that's what I like about it as well. It's super lightweight, no install file. You just delete the folder and you're good to go, or the file as well. Sounds like a pyramid scheme. Kind of does. Kind of does. Aviation, what do you play? This is Flight Sim 2024. Flight Sim 2024. RJ says, going to be an expensive 2026 for Flight Sim. What's on the list there, RJ? So you got the other 737s coming out. We have the Bluebird. We have the 220. We have the FENIX Neos. There is the Embraer the 145, right? There's obviously scenery. Got Atlanta coming out here. What's gonna suck is that I know what's gonna happen here. Orbex is gonna release the Atlanta scenery when I jump over to a different airline, and I don't fly out of Atlanta no more. Had any builds released, had I jumped over to iFly and any builds had just released DFW, I might have actually been more interested in flying at DFW with an airline. But Steven joined Frontier. Ooh, nice. Make sure with the tracker you go to settings and add your account. Oh yeah. You gotta make sure you add your account for sure. For sure. I think I really do strongly believe this career mode has the potential to be something incredible. We need to be patient. We need to let the developer fine-tune things, add things, manage the features, right? But even if you paid $40 a year for the career mode, I think it's well worth it, in my opinion. If anything, it's not. If anything, it's just to support the developer. Okay, he got back to me. He said not at this time. So he's not. So he's. It doesn't look like he wants to add in the free flight money over to career mode. He wants to keep them 2 separate modes. Okay. There's that, folks. I think it'd be kind of cool though. It would have been nice because you're not wasting doing free flights, right? You're still flying in flight sim. All of this is a waste. If you're considering you're wasting your time doing a free flight, you're crazy because, you know, at the end of the day, you're wasting your time doing all of it. Then you're making fake money, fake leaderboard, fake, you know, XP, whatever it be, with all these career modes. You know, and it'd be the same for like achievements and trophies and you know, on Steam and all that jazz. Like, then you're just wasting your time doing that. If you enjoy doing the flights, if you enjoy what you're doing, then you're not wasting your time. It would be just an extra incentive to do something with the free flight. You know, to add into your career mode, that's all. Beyond ATC has been really, really quiet. A whole lot of nothing going on with it. Now, Random had posted in Discord about some issue with the latest Moza software and the AB9. I have not had that issue. He was saying something about like it's if you're talking to Beyond ATC, it's continuously pushing down the button or something. I wonder if that's something to do with well, he has I don't remember what stick he bought. So I wonder if that's something to do with that stick, or if maybe it's just the AB9 as a whole, because I've not had that issue with my yoke, and I'm on the latest version of the Moza software. That it updated for me, I think it was last week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was last week. So but I've not had that issue, so. You know, the other thing that's crazy, Steven's got it all set up nice. So I got this WinWing rudders, right? I bought them from the WinWing site. They were shipped from New Jersey. They made it to O'Hare. And then from O'Hare, I thought they would be going over to like, you know, the post office or FedEx, UPS, some carrier like that. I have no idea who delivered this package. I have absolutely no idea who delivered this package. It was really weird because it wasn't one of the main carriers that I was expecting. Okay, question. When I generate a schedule, is it in daily? When I generate a schedule, is it in daily? So when you generate a schedule, you talking about free flights? So you can go over here to free flight and you can generate a schedule. So schedule generator or route finder, which however you want to do it. You can go to route finder as well. And so you can pick whatever airline you want to do, or you can just do random, right? And then you can choose your family, and then you can find the route. So search for a route. And this is, again, this would be free flight. So here's all the routes that just randomly picked, and then you can click on this one and add it to your schedule. So, okay, like in the schedule for the week fully in career mode. Oh, no, you don't have to. No, you can do them all in one. You can do them all in one day. You can do them. You can do one a week. Yeah, it just puts them all in one day. So it's gonna move. It's gonna take these flights. See, like yesterday. Actually, these are the ones I did yesterday. But it's gonna, if you don't do these flights today, it's gonna move them over to tomorrow, and it's gonna leave whatever's left in your package here, right? So yeah, if you don't do anything today, it's gonna bring all three tomorrow. If you do, like I'm doing this one today, this one tonight, or maybe after stream, we'll see. It'll move over so it's just gonna move over to the next day, whatever you have left in your schedule. Yeah, so you don't have to do all these in one day. I think I see what you're asking. Yeah, you don't have to do them all in one day. Kind of, you just do them whenever you need to do them.
Delta 5021, contact Indianapolis Center 124.775. Have a good morning.
Have a good morning.
Center on 124.775. Delta 5021.
But yeah, I see where you can be confused with that for sure. I can definitely see where you can be a little confused with that one.
Center, Delta 5021, flight level 380.
Delta 5021, Indianapolis Center.
Got a little worried since I put it all in one day. Yeah, I can totally understand that one. Yeah, no, it just carries over. Just carries over to the next day. That would be crazy if you had to do them all in the same day. Jesus, can you imagine that? That'd be wild. That would be a forceful career mode. So what's going on with El Paso? The Federal Aviation Administration has lifted a temporary shutdown of airspace over El Paso, Texas, just a few hours after it imposed it. Late Tuesday, the FAA abruptly issued temporary flight restrictions that immediately grounded all flights up to 18,000 feet around the city for 10 days, effectively shutting down the El Paso International Airport. What the heck happened there? Up to 18,000 feet around the city. The sudden pause over El Paso, along with the area southern New Mexico, was due to special security reasons, according to the FAA website. However, a source familiar with the restriction, who was briefed by the FAA, tells CNN the sweeping flight ban was driven by military operations nearby Biggs Army Airfield located on Fort Bliss. Drones, helicopters, and other crafts operate from the facility. The source says FAA acted after the Department of Defense could not ensure the safety of civilian aircrafts in the area. What? A source briefed by the FAA also told CNN the military activity near El Paso involves unmanned aircraft operations, laser countermeasure systems. The source said that the issue is that those operations are occurring in airspace immediately adjacent to civilization flight paths serving El Paso International Airport. By Wednesday morning, the FAA lifted the flight restrictions posted on social media. There's no threat to commercial aviation. All flights will resume as normal. That's weird. In the initial restrictions, the FAA classified the area around El Paso as national defense airspace and said pilots who violate the restrictions could be intercepted, detained, and questioned by law enforcement. They warned that additional actions could be imposed Or sorry, hold on, what did it say? It warned that additional actions could be taken for pilots who don't adhere to the restrictions, including suspension of flights. Wow. Audio from live ATC includes moments where pilots were made aware. Just pass it on everyone else at 6:30 for the next 10 days. We're all ground stop. How long? 10 days. Airport's closed. Apparently we just got informed 30 minutes to an hour ago. 10 days. We'll be here. No air traffic. Okay.
Indianapolis Center, Southwest 3053, flight level 316.
Not even medvacs are allowed to fly? That's
Southwest
crazy.
3053, Indianapolis Center, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 346.
Continue climb to flight level 346, Southwest 3053.
That's weird. What the hell happened there? Like, it's crazy. I think it was the aliens related, or alien related. We did pizza for at work yesterday, and I went to go pick it up, and the guy there at the store, he had a tattoo, and it looked like the Alienware tattoo, like the logo. It was just, you know, alien, but it looked like the little alien guy, which is generic looking, but all right, Hannibal 3 still. We'll expect Hannibal 3, runway 22 right, Delta 5021. They got it. Cool. Gonna do Frontier flight soon. Atlanta to Denver. Ooh, Jesus. I can't do those long flights like that. That's just so much. Like, where are we at? We're at 46 minutes of flight time right now. We got a crosswind of 102 nautical miles. Or, sorry, of knots. We still got about a half hour left on this flight. All in all, this is going to be about an hour and a half, I would assume. We still have 209 my normal flights are like 209 nautical miles. It's crazy. Okay, so 22 right, we're going to be circling around the airport, coming in for the arrival. We're going to exit to 22 right's going to exit to the left, and then we're just going to find a gate and park. Call it a day. Which means we should be on the ground by, let's see, probably around my time would be about 9:30, 9:40, somewhere within that time span. And the next flight I had was Detroit to O'Hare, I think. So I think I have enough time to do that after the stream. Still have to eat, shower, and all that jazz, and then head on off to work. So I won't stream it just because it would be just too time sensitive to make it all work. At least I can, you know, during the flight go shower.
Southwest 3053. Contact Indianapolis Center 120.65.
Contact Indianapolis Center 120.65, Southwest 3053. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious if there is like a United on the iFly schedules for career mode. For regional, I should say. I should say, because I've not seen it on the list at all. So now, you know, the question is, what can, I've asked this question before, because I seriously want to know, what can SimBrief World do to make APL, let's say if they do a Chapter 3, okay, what can they do to make it worth the purchase? Because APL 2 is already very impressive for a one-time purchase. You know, for someone like me that has 1,400 hours into it, what can they do to make people go over to it? And would people be willing to start over a career like that? I think it's one of those really tough things to consider. And you know, it's what does iFly schedules do that's unique? Well, nothing really. There's really nothing unique about it. But what I like about it is it's super simple. It's just very simple. There's no strings attached to it.
Delta 5021.
Right?
Contact Chicago Center 123.85.
You know, people will frown upon the subscription. I get that. I do as well. But from the developer standpoint, I don't think he could sell a one-time license and make it financially stable, you know, to pay for the API to have access to, you know, flight radar or whatever. First, make it look more modern and not look like it from the 90s. That's the way to go too. That's definitely a way to go. Yeah, I don't. It's
landing runway tree 1 center, southwest 3053.
I don't know. I don't know what they could do to other than a UI change. But a UI change, you know, is people really going to spend $30 again for a UI change? I don't know. I honestly don't know with that type of career mode what he could add. And he may not. Maybe he won't be doing a. You know, I'm just speculating, because typically developers will release something and eventually there'll be a 2.0 or another version down the road. And there already was a chapter 1. Now you have chapter 2, and then one would think a chapter 3, like a movie saga, right? Or a trilogy, I should say. I don't know. I don't know what he can add to it. And then the same with iFly Tracker. So what can iFly do to make the purchase of a subscription worth it even more? And I don't know either. I don't know the answer on that one either. I think that's a super tough. The subscription is super tough right now. The reason why I feel a subscription is beneficial with iFly Tracker is because you're currently giving suggestions to the developer, and he's listening and willing to add in whatever he feels is going to make the career mode beneficial. He's also using his own product, and if it's something that fits in with what he feels great, or what he thinks would be great, then he'll add it in. For example, the one I just added in, he's like, no, I'm going to keep it 2 separate things. Gotcha. I see your direction. But okay, so there was a guy in there that was like crazy high in the leaderboard and found out he was cheating. And the reason why he said he was cheating was because he wanted to test the system to see if there were any issues once you level up, get offered contracts and all that jazz. And he said he found a bunch of issues with that. And the developer's like, well, there was no need for cheating though with that, because it's early access, it's alpha, and there's going to be issues with it. It's stated all over the site and all that jazz. And but together they worked along with other people within the community, came up with an idea to make it not as grindy. So grindy, but not as grindy, because a lot of people don't want to fly for, the 10 or 12 airlines he had available in that first tier. And that's where he came up with the idea, along with the rest of the team, or not team, but the rest of the Discord who were chatting, the concept of regional airlines. And it was a brilliant idea, a very brilliant idea. It would have been cool if he had a way, I don't know if he does, but if he had a way to add in, have everyone have the option to exit the airline that they're in, keep their stats, keep their money, and then be able to, swap to another airline. You had to restart your career. If you want to start a new career, you had to do that, which is unfortunate, for people that had money banked up, but it is what it is. On a flight tracker, do I start the flight similar to NewSky? So you should be able to, when you first launch the iFly tracker, when you first launch it up, this button will say, I think, start flight. And you just click that button, put it on the side. That's it. And then when your flight's done, when you parked at the gate, hit complete. It will switch. There'll be a button that this will change over to complete. You hit complete, and you're done. That's it. So yeah, I guess you don't have to import it into. You don't have to add in anything here. You know, again, you got to make sure this says career mode, or if it's not career mode, make sure it's free flight. But that's it. That's it. It's very basic, does the job. I like that it has the altitude, speed, and all that jazz on there, but I'd like to see METAR instead. I don't know if that other stuff's necessary.
Delta 5021, descend via Hannibal Tree arrival. Detroit Metro.
All right, Hannibal 3, on our way for descent, 8,000 feet.
Descend via Hannibal Tree arrival. Detroit Metro, Wayne County Airport, landing runway.
So I don't have to wait till pushback. You don't have to. No. It will. So when you hit start flight, it will say boarding, and then boarding will switch over to taxiing when you're actually taxiing, and then takeoff, and then cruise, and then I think there's a descent, and I think there's switch back over the taxi, and then they'll say complete once you're stopped at the gate. Yeah, so, but yeah, you don't have to wait for pushback, nothing like that. Nope, you just go ahead and do it. It will have your time on there, but I think it's tracking your time based on your nautical miles, I think. I'm not quite sure the behind the scenes to that stuff, but yeah. I wouldn't worry about like block time. It's very simplistic in that regard. And also keep in mind, it's not tracking lights, it's not tracking overspeed. Well, yeah, it doesn't track overspeed, right? It tracks G's, your touchdown rate, and it tracks your if you're overly aggressive on your takeoff or descent. Like if your vertical speed's too much, that's what it tracks right now. Nothing else. Doesn't track your plane in terms of like what aircraft you're using. None of that's tracked. Which is good and bad. You know, some people want more tracking. I like what I like about iFly, or not iFly, APLs. It does track all that stuff on there as well. Again, as I said in the past, it made me a better pilot because it made me accountable to making sure I'm following those procedures. But like for example, this flight, I didn't do the taxi lights on you know, taxi out. I forgot it until we were halfway to our runway. Thankfully, like APL has that grace period in there as well. I've definitely noticed that. Like as long as you have it on at some point during taxi, it seems like it counts it. I don't know if NewSky tracks that though, so I guess we're gonna find out here. Gonna find out here in a little bit. All right, we're making our descent into Detroit. Apparently, there's a big old fight with the Detroit Pistons and what city is it? Is it New Orleans? Hornets? I don't remember. They were like the Charlotte Bobcats, and then I think they changed over to the Charlotte Hornets or something. I'm not even sure what their name is anymore. There's a big fight recently.
Contact Chicago Center 135.9er. Delta
Can't we all just get along?
Chicago Center, Delta 5021, descending via Hannibal Tree, flight level 364.
So those two flights I did yesterday morning, we still have 116 nautical miles to go before we hit Detroit.
Delta 5021, Chicago Center.
This is still longer than the flights I did yesterday.
5021, contact Chicago
The
Center
remaining part of this is still longer.
Center on
It's crazy.
133.9er, Delta 5021.
I think there were
Chicago Center, Delta 5021,
like 90 nautical
descending
miles.
via Hannibal Tree,
Actually, they might have been
flight level
100 nautical miles,
348.
105 or something like that nautical miles total. It's wild though.
Delta 5021, Chicago Center.
All right, we should be getting some more traffic here as we make our way into
Delta
Detroit.
5021,
getting lots of swapping over to different controllers. APL2 made you a better pilot. That's debatable.
Delta 5021.
Jesus.
Good day. Chicago
That was
Center,
hardcore.
Delta 5021. Descending via Hannibal Tree. Flight
That's
level
debatable.
330.
Oh, I'm a really good pilot on off stream. I'm more focused and aware, which is weird because I'm also like watching stuff like, you know, movies or series or YouTube, whatever it be, as I'm flying. But yet when I am on a stream and I'm chatting, sorry, I seem to focus less. It definitely made me understand the whole what's it called? Oh, what the heck's the word? I use it on my stream. Let me see, where's the button? A stereo cockpit, there you go. A stereo flight deck. It definitely made me understand why there's a stereo cockpit. If anything, Nazi Sim is one of that, is the one that helped me. Nazi Sim? Jesus. Yeah, APL definitely helped me a lot. And so APL helped me with a lot of the, like, the lights and whatnot. Flight of Line helped me with touchdown zone. Substantially helped me with touchdown zone. And I don't use Flight of Line as of right now. I haven't used it for a while, but it helped me a lot when I was using it for that 50 hours to focus on that touchdown zone. And NewSky does as well because it tracks your, you know, the threshold, right? It does, not threshold, but it does track to see if it's a long landing or not. But I feel like the grace period in that is a little bit longer, or a lot longer, than with Flight of Line. And now that I've incorporated to make sure that I'm at I'm 50 feet above the piano keys, that's like the perfect zone for me to you know, nail that touchdown zone the best I can. You know, I'll still float a little bit depending on the plane. But it'll be interesting if I go into Flight of Line, if I've gotten better now at the touchdown zone by incorporating the 50 above the piano keys. And the reason why I got the 50 above the piano keys is I watched a bunch of different videos, and you hear the call out at 50, and they almost always seem to be above the piano keys or right around that zone. Had an absolutely horrible landing yesterday, 2.5 Gs, so I shouldn't talk. Boy, 2.5, holy smokes. P2's back, yes, 50 over the threshold is the perfect way to get a good landing. 800 meters grace on NewSky, nice. Yeah, the 80 grace on there, yep. Or 800, sorry, 800. I complained about Flight of Line being too aggressive with the touchdown zone. But I do feel it's helped me focus more on that touchdown zone. And, you know, NewSky has also helped me with the center line. Like, I was always conscious of the center line, but nothing that I didn't put a lot of focus into it. You know, but Flight of Line and NewSky both track that. So it's definitely helped me focus more on the center line. So it's kind of, you know, you're just focusing more and more on a bunch of different things, like a real pilot would, right? You're conscious of just a lot of the things going on in the cockpit, versus just focusing on one thing, which is just, you know, trying to butter the runway. The fake butter. So I think I've made a decision for the Expo. I think the Expo, I'm going to go as just a spectator. I'll do some photos and pictures here and there, but I'm not going to do anything aggressive. And then for those who are going to join, obviously we'll all get together and, you know, get some food or something. You know, we can tag along at the Expo itself, depending on if, you know, how time works for everyone. But I did a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking about it. And I was like, yeah, sure, I can go there and I can record everything I see and vlog it and all that jazz. I'm like, I don't think I didn't watch any of it. You know, there were several content creators that did record everything, but I you know, I didn't watch any of that stuff. For me, it's gonna be more of like, I'll try to record like some of the hands-on with some of the hardware, but yeah, I'm not gonna walk in there like I'm a, what's it called, you know, like some of the kids do with streaming the whole thing on top of their head the entire time. I ain't doing all that. It's gonna be a vacation I'm excited about. I've gotten so much hours in the sim. I still have issues with center line. I think it's my head. It's in my head. Well, yeah, you know, and you know, obviously wind plays a factor, but the different planes you fly too, the center line is definitely gonna play a major factor in that. Goo, welcome in. Is there a UFO, bro? No UFO. No UFO. Matt, welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. I wish the U.S. wasn't so far or expensive to go, because if not, I would love to join you guys. Oh yeah, it'd been really cool. Would have been really, really cool. Is there no expos where you are? I know they're really the only two big ones. There's the one in Europe, where Keith's going to go to, is it next month? And then of course there's the expo in the U.S. that's in June. But yeah, I'm gonna do the full Friday through Sunday. Irishman says, just keep it simple. APL is great. Like King said, it just needs to look a bit more futuristic. Yeah, you know, and that'd be something if he adds that. You know, he's a great developer. He's done a lot of work, and APL is an incredible add-on. There are very few add-ons I say are must-haves. Very few. Not talking about sceneries or planes themselves, but just external add-ons. And APL is right up there with Beyond ETC. I feel like if you're doing any airliner stuff, those two add-ons for $60 gives you endless hours of flight simming. It makes everything just so much better, so much more realistic, so much more of a purpose. Just really great. Matt says, have I been to any other expos? No, I have not. I was going to do the Rhode Island one last year, but health issues came up again. And then I was going to do the one previously in Houston, was it, right? But again, health issues on that. So this is the first year where I'm actually feeling good. Everything's looking great on the medical test, and super excited to go and just have a blast. Just have a blast. All right, just getting ready to pass 18,000 feet, so we'll go to standard pressure and B for the altimeter. Yeah, with the center line and touchdown rate, I'm much more comfortable and easier once I've made the table mount for the flight stick. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Getting that to be, you know, exactly where you want to have it, so it feels more comfortable, for sure. All right, so as we make our descent into Detroit, I'm going to step away for just a few moments here, feed the cat a little bit of her rest of her breakfast, and I'll be right back in just a few moments. That's the wrong button. All right, here we go.
Delta 5021, contact Cleveland Center 128.625. Take care.
Center on 128.625, Delta 5021. See you. Cleveland Center, Delta 5021, descending via Hannibal Tree, 16,700.
Delta 5021, Cleveland Center, copy. Southwest Niner 61, contact Cleveland Center 127.9er, see you. Contact Cleveland Center 127.9er, Southwest Niner 61.
All right. dropped about, what, 2,000 feet in that little bit of span. I see. I need a new flight stick. I struggle too. I feel my velocity flight stick is too stiff. Yeah, the velocity ones I've heard issues. People have issues with, you know, with the yoke itself and with the stick. Irishman had the velocity yoke, and he upgraded to the alpha, and he's never been happier. That's the last I heard with that. I think Irishman, I think you can confirm, right? You're still loving your alpha. There's our NewSky information for those who are not in our NewSky airline. Visit newsky.app to download the free career mode and join our airline, FlyLex. And then join the conversation on our Discord, !Discord. I've completed a couple new airports and a few more scheduled flights. We got some more scheduled flights with NewSky. Let's take a gander at that right quick. So here is our NewSkyin. And so if we go to NewSky, or FlyLex here, actually we just click on this guy here. It's this easy way to do it. You can go to scheduled passenger flights, FlyLex, and then you can see all the routes we have available that Irishman has done. So we're currently in Europe, as you see here. And Irishman does bounce around where we are. We were in Canada at some points. I think we had some South America ones as well, right? And I think we had, did we have New Zealand at one point? I think we had New Zealand at some point. Can't remember. And we had a couple in the US as well. But if you don't want to do these, you can do your free flights. But the scheduled ones make the most money. I'm so terrible because I don't do any of them. And there also is the awards. So here's my awards, but there's the tours you can do that Irishman has set up. So we go to my airline, and we go over here to the trophy. Here's all the tours or the awards that Irishman has set up. So I did the first leg of the Keep It Warm, and P2 has one on there. And did Misty Apex, did you not do yours yet? Oh, does this sit here, the Rocky? No, it's not it, is it? No. Or is it? No, this is not it. Yeah, Misty Apex hasn't done... I don't think you've done yours yet, huh? I don't see it at least. Yeah, so this is our virtual airline, FlyLex. We have all kinds of liveries too, ! Files. If you like to download our liveries. Been trying to maintain 2 planes on my own. Trying to maintain 2 planes on your own. Oh boy. Had the Velocity 1 flight stick and got the Elf. Oh, you had the stick. I thought you had the yoke for some reason. Okay, you had the stick. I don't know why I thought you had the yoke. Steven says, I got the stick with the Turtlebeach for now and focus on getting a plane and then upgrading my setup. Ah, okay. I'm spamming the A321neo and the 737-900. Apex is the Rocky Mountain Award. Okay, okay. You did the mount. Okay, gotcha. See, for real, if you're an Airbus guy, would save for the FENIX Neos. Oh yeah, the FENIX alone are an incredible upgrade. Cat, do you want your bed? You put your bed out of your spot. You want your bed? She pulled her bed out of her little spot she sleeps in. Now she's just gonna sleep on the carpet, apparently. Weird cat. I'm telling you. Alright, landing lights and taxi lights are on. And so I don't forget, I'm going to turn the webcam on a little bit early so you can see my beautiful socksy feet. Yeah, look at those. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh, baby. That's terrible. Just terrible. For Boeing, either the 737-800 or the iFly Max. Oh yeah, the iFly Max is incredible. I need to get back in there. I'm kind of patiently waiting for the upgrade, or the update to come out for Service Pack 1. Patiently waiting for that, as many are. I'm super excited for that to come out. That's going to be the thing that steals me away from the 800. That's definitely going to be the thing that steals me away from the 800. Yeah, well, the 700 might as well, depending on the price tag. Like, I don't know. What's a reasonable price? Let's put a poll up. To the polls we go. Let's see. Let's see. How much should Alright, we got 4 numbers. I'll put them up there. How much did the upgrade cost for the 737-700? So if you currently own the 737-700 in Flight Sim 2024, well, 2020 from PMDG, how much should the upgrade cost? Alright, clear for the RNAV. Alright, so we got clear for the RNAV. Fantastic.
Cross DZMND, or above 8,000 feet. Cleared RNAV Whiskey Runway 22 right, Delta 5021.
Clear for the whiskey? Really? I've never done that. Huh. Okay. So we'll put in 3,000 feet for the vertical speed, and I'll maintain. We're gonna do the ILS, but I'll maintain the altitude on my own here.
Metro Tower, Delta 5021, RNAV Whiskey Runway 22 right.
That sucks. I'm saving up for either the 777 freighter or the Phoenix bundle. Ooh, can't go wrong with either one. I think they're both fantastic. If you love cargo, the 777 for sure is a no-brainer. Best cargo, best airliner in the game. The 777 is a fantastic fantastic add-on for sure. Heading of 3-6. I'm gonna go to heading mode now. Okay, we're gonna maintain current. Yeah, current altitude looking good. All right, so now we're kind of on the RNAV approach. Boeing Airbus trips. Boeing over Airbus trip. 7 for the win. Oh, it's 7. Okay, there you go. Let's see. Gonna counter poll. Do you feel you get your money's worth of the 7? Hold on. Gonna counter your poll. Do you feel you got your money's worth with the 737? Well, yeah. So it went. Jeez, we're going so fast here. I'm gonna go to vertical speed. Manage the altitude myself. Yes, I got my money out of this with the 700 for sure. Definitely got my money worth out of the 700. So I think the I don't know. $30 is. I'm not opposed to $30. I don't know. For me, I don't know if it's going to be worth the purchase if I have the 800. And I'm happy and content with the 800. That's my big thing. Posted a poll in NewSky chat. I think we have some time to check it out. All right. All right, so in the chat, Irishman posted, should I set up 2 transatlantic flights for the scheduled flights? Usual planes, the 350, the 777, the 737, the 321. Ooh, transatlantic. I would never fly it, but I would say yes, because there are going to be the people who would fly it, for sure.
SkyWest 4132, continue taxi.
All right, how are we looking here? I should be making my turn on over. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go direct here. Execute. Did I lose frame gen? I think I lost frame gen.
Line up and wait. Runway 22 left.
2500.
Okay. Making that turnover. Let's go to approach mode. First notch of flaps. Wow, what's going on with my FPS? Just tanked all of a sudden. I'm gonna kill out Moza, see if that fixes it.
Cleared for takeoff, Coster 2609.
Nope, something else going on. Okay, might be beyond ATC with the traffic.
4169. Contact Detroit departure. Take care.
Alright, we're gonna kill out traffic for a second, let it reset.
Sky was 4169. Take care.
Because it really tanked. Alright, traffic's killed. We'll throw traffic back on. Alright. Flaps 2. Flaps 5. Pull won't apply to Lex. Oh, Jesus. Alright, localizers captured. Glide slope will be next. Bring that speed down. Alright, FBF looks like it's stable again. Sometimes beyond ATC goes a little crazy. I have the traffic, park traffic up to 7, so that could have been it, probably for sure. Let's go to flaps 10, runway in sight, airport and field inside of course as well. Looking good. We had clear to land already, so that's fine. Speed's looking good. The static noise you're hearing, that's from beyond ATC, the traffic. I killed it off mid-comm, so eventually when the plane talks again, it should clear out that. Oops. Had the speed brake still going. Speed brakes are armed. Gear coming down. We're gonna hit a buzz probably for a couple seconds here. Oops, I forgot to set speed. I'm falling behind here, folks. Falling behind. 40 and 134. All right, there we go. That's all set. We'll do the 137. P2's got another meeting. Be right back. P2 will probably be done with the stream by the time I'm back for your meeting. But have a good meeting, P2. Have a great meeting. You got so many meetings. It's crazy. Flaps 30. And there's our flaps 40. I turn traffic back on. Yeah, okay, traffic's back on. Alright, autopilot's off my aircraft. Alright, now we have a crosswind landing here, it looks like, so that's gonna be good. Test here. 9 crosswind landing, 5 ahead. So this will be a good test for the rudder pedals for sure. We're slightly high now, so let's bring that nose down. The ILS here is always off just a little bit. Like it brings you in at an angle. Still high on this approach. Let's get that nose down. Alright, made some good progress there. Not too aggressive, but enough to stabilize us for the approach. Alright, coming in as a slight crab for the arrival. There we go, back on the glide slope. Alright, looking pretty good on the center line for right now. Still slightly too
500.
high, but better on the
400.
angle of attack. Alright, let's get a little bit of rudder input here.
$300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Idle. Come on down, buddy. Touchdown. Oh, look at that. I'm able to maintain that center line damn near perfect. A little heavy on the touchdown, 324. But I didn't want to keep floating. Very nice though. I was able to hit that touchdown. I mean, maintain that center line extremely well with these rudder pedals. That's impressive. Ease on the brakes. Oh man, these make a heck of a difference.
Exit next available taxiway.
A heck of a difference. Landing lights are coming off. Flaps
Exit
coming
next
up.
available taxiway, Delta
Wow.
5021.
That's impressive. Alright, that's my first crosswind, heavy crosswind landing.
Delta 5021.
Because that was, what, 9 knots? I'm getting told, showing 9,
Ground
or 12.
121.8.
But the
Delta
weather's showing me
5021. Have a good day.
on Navigraph, they're showing me 9. I think it was more 12. That's impressive. That's impressive. I felt like I had full control. Compared to with the Turtlebeach, I felt like I'm always making so many jerky movements to maintain that center line. Wow. That's impressive. It's one of those things, again, it's hard to describe because it just feels so much different. But it's the minor sensitivity updates, inputs you're giving. Steven says, I'm so glad your stream, when I'm back from work, I can actually relax and enjoy the stream. Good. I'm glad this time works for you. I'm kind of mixed bag. I like the late afternoon streams I was doing before. But these morning ones are nice as well because it's, my voice is, I'm just waking up, so I'm not as alert, but my voice is easier to work with. The only thing I hate about these morning streams is that I have to get off at a certain time. Like the night ones, I can kind of go on however long I need to go. But there's planes here. I'm just gonna cross. I'm not gonna worry about getting clearance here. King Bob says, "Nice job." Thank you, King Bob. The king has approved of the landing. That's what matters the most. The king has graced us with his presence and his compliments. Compliments to the king for partaking in such a rookie's flight here. This is one that the king would do much better on. Taxi lights off there. This DFW, man, I'm telling you, this is like an impressive... he could easily be charging for this airport. There's no doubt about it. He could easily be charging for this airport. All right, over here to the left-hand side, let's go ahead and go to ground services. Chooks. The only thing with the morning streams is that I get like... I can feel myself getting hungry. Getting that lightheaded dizziness kind of thing. So it's like, oh, okay, now I know it's time to get off. Why is there still this delay? They still have not fixed this. The 777 is like, you hit a button and it works instantly. This plane, there's just like that. The delay with the EFB. Ground power on. We'll swing these over to off. And then down here. Cut those off. All right. Cam's going away. Thanks for partaking with the cam. And let's go ahead and check our scores. So we'll complete flight with eye tracker. And then we will complete flight with NewSky. Nice you said that you... let's see. Nice you said that you are... Hold on. Nice you said that you would have been demoted. Oh, I would have been demoted to the jester. Yeah, this is the freeware DFW on flightsim.to. On flightsim.to. Oh yeah, something's going on with my frame gen. Okay, so we got a 10 on the score. Fantastic. Love it. Love seeing it. We made about $8,000 on that. 324, but it was challenging conditions. Our touchdown, we were great with the touchdown, right in the middle pretty much. a little, not maybe that's not right in the middle, but pretty close to. A 562 deviance was 190 to 176, so that was the acceptable range. Very, very good. Very good flight. Very good flight. Woo! And then woo! This must have been when we took over. Kind of bouncy a little bit there. You can see how nice and smooth it is when autopilot is doing this thing. And then let's check out iFly tracker real quick, or iFly schedule real quick. See how we did with our touchdown. What it says for that. You always get different ratings here and there, right? Let's see how we did. So logbook. The logs. Okay, so we did 3 flights. This was technically supposed to be a CRJ flight, but you can fly whatever you want. A 219 is what the tracker says. So we get 2 different numbers. All made up numbers either way. Very good. Very good. And how much money do we make off that one? Let's go to career real quick. That was an hour and a half or so, right? So we might have made a little bit more money. 286 in the pending pay. Does it tell you like individual? I guess it doesn't tell you individual. No. Yeah, it doesn't tell you individual. Cool. So this is going to be my next flight. I'll do, I might do, what time is it right now? It's 9:40. Yeah, I guess I have enough time to do it. I'll probably, it's 203 nautical miles. I'll do it, not during the stream, but I'll do it off stream here. But again, thank you all for coming in and joining me on today's flight streaming. Lots of fun, very good flight. Really enjoying the iFly schedules career mode. And I'll very much likely subscribe for another month at least. And kind of play, I'll play the first couple months here, month to month, and then decide if I want to do a full $40 for a year to support the developer, kind of see the progress that he continues to make on it, or see if I miss APL, because it's one of those things where like I get into other career modes and then I start to miss the other career modes like APL. So I've done it before with on air, and I've done it with Fly the Line. So if the iFly tracker is going to be the one that pushes me over to the next career mode as my go-to career mode, well, we'll see what happens. The poll is saying out of 6 votes, $20 to $15 looks to be what people are willing to spend for the 737. And I think that's fair. $20 to $15 I think is very fair. $20 for sure I'll get it. $25 probably get it. $30 probably not. You know, that $5 might make that difference for me personally, but we'll see how it goes. Again, thanks for everyone for coming on in. Next stream, I have no idea. It was going to be Friday, but my wife and I are going to go get some labs done on Friday morning, so I won't have time to stream then. Tomorrow after work, my wife's doing her D&D, so I don't want to be all loud on the stream. And tomorrow I work earlier, so next stream probably won't be until Saturday or Sunday. Probably Saturday or Sunday. So hopefully you have a rest of a great week here, and we'll see if we have any updates or any planes coming out or scenery. So until then, we'll see you in Discord. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your week.